I'm pleased to be joined in studio by Shea, class of 2021. First of all, congratulations on graduation and all that, and a terrific career up here at the high school.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's always nice being here and talking with you guys.
Yeah, it was funny. I was just thinking that you were here, I think in the fall season, because you were here to talk about golf. And one of the things I think that I asked you was, senior, what your plans were. And I distinctly remember you saying, I might think I might take a gap and maybe work on some of the golf game. And here's somebody who's actually doing that, and you've decided to take the time to work on the golf game, and it's really paid off dividends. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing to kind of take your golf game to the next level.
Absolutely. So I think first, what you said about taking the gap year. Last fall, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I have decided to take that gap year. I deferred my decisions from college, and I'm really going to take that gap year. And in the wintertime, I'm moving down to Florida to Cape Coral and going to work on my golf game year-round. So that's going to be really enjoyable. But in the context of my golf game, I've really just been working with my golf pro on my swing a little bit, but mostly short game stuff. I know I've got the long game, but really just working out those short game shots and really the mental game too.
Yeah. I'm not much of a golfer. I mean, I can go out there and smash it around a lot. So I know a lot of the game is mental. But you're striving here for the Mass Junior tournament coming up, and you had to qualify for it to get there. And exciting news, earlier back in June, you went off to Milton, and tell us a little bit about what happened there at the qualifier.
Yeah, so you can get exempt into that tournament, but I was not on that exempt list, so I had to qualify. Yep. And there was a bunch of qualifying sites all throughout Massachusetts, and there was one down the street in Milton-Hoosick that's in Canton, so I decided to go with that one and play my practice around there and felt good about it. And I believe Monday, the 21st of June, was my round, and I ended up shooting a 74, which was good enough to qualify. So I was pumped that I was able to play well and qualify and move on to the next stage. And all the qualifying sites come together at Indian Pond in Kingston on August 2nd and 3rd. Yeah. And I am just super excited for that.
I can imagine. I mean, to get just to that level, but real quick on your qualifying tournament. So take us just a little through that. So on the 21st, you head off to Milton, and do you kind of have a sense as you're going through your round where the other golfers are? Because I know there's going to be a cut. Only the top are going to qualify out of your group. Do you have a sense where you're standing during the course of your round?
Yeah, so usually in years past you don't. You really just come back to the clubhouse after a round and you see the leaderboard and they tell you if you made it or not. But this year they've been doing something really interesting. So the tournament was run through Mass Golf. So they ran it, and before they usually give you scorecards. Right. I'll be marking your score and you'll be marking my score. Right. But it was actually an electronic scorecard this year. So you kind of whip out your phone, you go onto an app, and okay, you made a 5, write down you made a 5. And an interesting addition to that app that they put this year was the live leaderboard. So there was actually a button that you could press and go and see where you're standing. Wow. Okay, Jared Shea's +6 through 14. He's tied for 17th or something like that. Right. And I actually didn't end up pressing it the entire round because I didn't want to add any added stress. So I didn't look at the leaderboard all day and just try to play my game and go as low as I can. And in the end, I checked the leaderboard, and I think I tied for 4th. Yeah. So I was just super pumped for that.
I mean, and give yourself a little pat on the back. This is tied a 4th out of, you told me earlier, there was like easily over 30 guys.
Almost 50 kids, I believe. I think it was 48 or 49 kids that were there. So it was definitely a really good field. A lot of my good friends were there too, and play with two really good kids. And it was just really fun to go out there and grind it out. Yeah. And coming out with a really good score like that made me feel really accomplished because it's been something I've been working towards a lot, and it felt really good.
That's awesome. So now as you mentioned, August 2nd, you head down to Kingston to play in the state juniors, right? Okay. Between the 21st and the 2nd, what do you kind of do as a athlete for golf to get ready for that August 2nd date?
Well, I got a few more tournaments coming up before August 2nd. I have a Challenge Cup event that's going to be down in Rhode Island, the 21st and 22nd. So that's going to be a really good competitive tournament, getting me, in the mindset and in the golfing mentality. Yeah. And then I actually have the Junior Club Championship August 1st and July 31st. So it's the 31st and then the following first. So,
Yeah,
and then it's the 31st,
Yeah.
first, and then right over to Kingston playing the second and the third
Yep.
in the championship. So really I'm just playing 2 more tournaments and just working on my short game, long game, everything, just playing as much as I can
Yeah.
up until then.
Yeah. Now, and for the state there on the second and third, is it one of those kind of, as we see golf, televised, the pros, you've got the first 2 days, and then do they cut then?
Yep.
And so you try to make that first 2, and then you could play days, would I guess obviously 3 and 4, right?
Yeah, so the second and third are Monday and Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and all the people that qualified are the exempt kids,
Yep.
all come at Indian Pond, and they play 18 holes stroke play the first 2 days. And I
Yep.
think there's roughly 100 kids. So after those 2 days, they cut it down to 16.
Ooh.
So, you have to shoot
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah,
those
yeah.
first 2 days.
Right.
Cut line's usually around 150 for 2 days. So after that, they get seeded from there on, the 16. And, 1 plays 16,
Yep.
2 plays 15, and so on. And throughout match play on Thursday and Friday is the final match. So hopefully, if I play well, I'll be playing until Friday. So cross my fingers.
As we all are up here in Norwood as we follow along. But, Jared, I mean, it has been a privilege having you come in, and a pleasure having you come in for a number of different sports, not just golf. You've been, we've talked to you about hockey and lacrosse, and I just want to congratulate you on your entire career up here at the high school, and on behalf of everybody here at NCM and the town of Norwood. But this is kind of exciting news that you're heading off to play this kind of stuff. So if folks wanted to follow, obviously we could go down and watch it if we wanted to trek down to Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
But is there some sort of do they keep score in real time? You talk about these apps and whatnot. How
Yeah.
would we follow if we had to?
So obviously for the players, Mass Golf has the apps that
Yep.
we use for the mobile scoring, but you can actually log on to the Mass Golf website, or you'll find it under the Mass Golf Instagram and Twitter page.
Okay.
And they'll have a little snippet about the Massachusetts Junior Amateur, and you can kind of click on the live scoring and see how I'm doing. So
We will be following, and when you win some sort of big trophy, you can bring it back here and we'll talk about it. How's that
Sounds
sound?
good.
All right.
Awesome. Can't wait.
All right. Appreciate it, Jared. Thanks so much for coming in. Best of luck in your upcoming tournaments, and also this one down here in August. We're really pulling for you.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.